Alright, my first ever karting video. Let's do this. So this is me coming into the pits partway through a qualifying session to complain about my kart and try and get another one. And as it turns out, I was being a bit of a prick because my kart was fine.
Can I swap? The brakes are shit and it's really foggy in the low reds, like more than normal.
So the guys are going to check out the car.
Wait.
And it's funny because
Yeah, it's really foggy. When the reds are low, it's well foggy. And the brakes are like not there either.
And it's funny, this situation in qualifying, because you don't know what time you're doing and you just know if the kart feels right or doesn't feel right. And to me it felt wrong, but as it turns out, my time was fine. And I just found out I'm the fastest guy on track, complaining my kart isn't quick enough. I feel like a bit of an idiot.
Just
Mate,
over
you
there.
said 42.7, there's no way that's foggy.
When you let the revs drop, it punishes you, it really does.
Well, you're in P1 and you're sitting 42.7s.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, on we go. And I went to set 42.5 before we finished. Here it was. Boom. That was good enough for P2 in the end. And moved on to the race. I was a little worried that it was going to be slow off the line because I was complaining about the low rev stuff. Actually, it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't too bad. There's always this thing at Rye House, if you start in second, the guy in third very often gets the jump on you, and the guy in fifth almost got through as well. So we lost the position off the start. He's defending it into there. It doesn't look like anything's going to open up, but he's a little slow off the corner. I lose the space, he runs me very narrow, but I commit to it, get through, and where that was a bit of a battle, we definitely lost some time to the leader. So at this point, I'm quite happy that I'm in P2. I was worried the kart was going to be slow off the line. It was all right. I lost the place, I got it back quickly. And at this point, I'm much more interested in trying to think about closing down the leader than hopefully not having to accept too much pressure from behind and just go with that. So we're going to have a couple of laps here, trying to find out how quick the leader is, seeing if we can keep up. He was obviously faster than us in qualifying. Let's see what we can do. Having a little peek behind. Obviously not too worried, not taking any defensive positions. Get on the brakes in here. And it looks like we're very, very slightly gaining on this chap in first place. Another check behind, all seems fine. The leader's looking like he's just trying to warm his tyres a little at the end of the straight. And I think we look faster than him. And this looks very promising. We've closed up even more here. And it was at this point that I've worked out who I'm racing against. This is Blaze Turnstile, multi-award winning champion racer. Here is his Instagram profile, which I don't think is updated in a while, but lots and lots of accolades there, lots and lots of wins. Driver of the year at this very track one year. So, I've raced him before. I've honestly never even been close to him. I'm very happy to be here, and I've just set the fastest lap of the race so far, a very respectable 42.3. It's looking like we're in contention, which is a surprise because when I've bumped into Blaze before, he was a young lad, very, very fast, and he was one of those drivers that when he overtook me, I'd try and stay with him as long as I could, learn his lines, and in a few corners, he'd be too far ahead for me to learn anything at all. I wasn't that happy with it on the brakes, I wasn't that happy with it at low speed, but what I couldn't tell so much in qualifying is that when we get on the straight, I've definitely got a little bit more than he has. I'm just closing the gap slightly there, going to the outside. He defends a little. At this point in the race, you really are concerned that you don't want a battle for position 1 and 2 to become a position 3, 4, 5, 6 battle. So I don't want to be fighting too hard in these opening laps. I'd rather we pulled out a little gap, work together, and then fight for each other later on. However, my kart does seem a little faster and straight. I know Blaze is going to make absolutely no mistakes, and if an opportunity does arise and the gap's there, sometimes you just got to go for it. So a little further back than we were on the last lap, but once again, that extra top speed I have does just close the gap on the straight a little, and we get a little bit closer in, coming around Stadium Corner. Up here, I don't think I thought I was going to go for this, and then last minute I decided to make a lunge, let him know I'm there. He's defended it very well, and we're not getting past on that point. And at the end of the day, me making a bit of a lunge has cost us both time there. Possibly not the smartest move, but you know, you'll have a good fight, don't you? So coming off of this corner, if I get a run here, I think because of my high speed at the end, if I get a really good exit there, maybe I'll be able to challenge. But he's a smart guy, he's defending, really not a lot I can do. I'm singing to myself in my helmet there. And I'm closer here, I'm going to go for it again. And this time, it's closer to being done, but I'm going to have to leave him space on the inside. And where I've left him the space, he's gone into it. Runs me very close to the tyre wall. And that little bit of extra speed I've got, I think he feels that he's better off backing out. And yeah, P1 baby, on we go. And then the question at this point is, can I drop him? Is it possible? Got a back marker in the distance already showing up, so as we start lap number 8, we're already coming up towards lap traffic. Doesn't look like I'm too close to him yet, but he goes very wide, compromises me slightly through there. I didn't feel like it was too much, didn't feel like I had to defend, but any kind of slowness and this lad is going to take advantage. So, on we go. He's very polite. Coming into here, yellow flag, so I'm going to have to just slow up a little bit, check what's going on. Here we go, what's happened here? Ah, you can't park there, mate. And back underway, foot down. Trying to get back in his slipstream a little, we're still close. Close enough to make the move. So it's been into this corner so far that all the moves have been done. Not close enough on this occasion. The idea of thinking about who's in third, yeah, it's still there, still taking little peeks around. And then coming to pylon, we have a slightly different line. I want to brake as straight line as possible. Blaze is maximising the width on entry a little more than me. Doesn't look obvious which one's faster, it's very, very similar. Blaze takes a look round to see how close I am. He's still defending, and this is where my GoPro battery decides to give up the ghost, unfortunately. And we had a great race from there on out. We swapped positions another handful of times. With a lap and a half to go, I had a back marker spin out right in front of me. Had to get on the brakes, lost about 2 seconds to him, and that's where we finished. It was a fantastic race against one of the best national karters on his home track, also my home track. But man, that's what we go racing for. Days out like that. Shame the GoPro gave up. I'll be doing more videos like this. Hopefully people will enjoy them, and maybe they'll check out the band, the Amberbugs, at the same time. All right, laters.